Scott Atherton, President and CEO of American Le Mans Series, expounds on the variety of green leadership initiatives at the famous sports car race.
If the camera zoomed in on my lapel pin right now, they would see the American Le Mans Series logo with the phrase "Global Leader Green Racing" underneath it. We have truly set a leadership example in this area, and I'll need to provide some background for you. We were contacted about 4 years ago, unbelievably, by the Environmental Protection Agency and the Department of Energy. And for a racing series to be contacted by the EPA, it typically is not good news. In this example, it was fantastic news because they recognized that what the American Le Mans Series quite possibly represented to them was an opportunity to help them with the communication and the development of some of their primary initiatives. Alternative fuels, educating consumers on the use and utilization of alternative fuels, demonstrating that you don't have to sacrifice anything to be much more environmentally conscious and friendly. This was an opportunity that, frankly, we couldn't pass up. And it has emerged and grown to be a true partnership between these governmental agencies and the American Le Mans Series. By virtue of that, we have engaged all of our participating manufacturers in that same process. So when we talk about the development of green technologies, they are being developed in a racing environment, which is typically the most hostile, the most acute example of any development process you can imagine. So if it works to make it a better race car and it has a practical application back to a road car, then it literally is the best of both worlds. And I can provide some examples. Years ago, before anybody had ever, the first time anybody ever heard the phrase direct injection was at Le Mans. Audi arrived, I believe it was 2001 or 2002, with a direct injected racing engine, which bypassed the traditional fuel injection system. And the benefit of this direct injection enabled Audi to go one additional lap in between pit stops using the same quantity of fuel. Now, to the layperson, that may not seem like such an advantage until you realize that one lap at Le Mans is 8 miles. And the ability to go 8 miles further on the exact same quantity of fuel is a significant advantage. And if you can then translate that over a 24-hour race, and you look at the number of fewer pit stops that Audi was thus able to not make, by the end of that 24-hour race, if everything else was equal, they would literally be miles ahead of their nearest competitor. It was a breakthrough in technology, and within 18 months, every Audi road car featured the same technology, direct injection, which we're all benefiting from today. So the future of this is only going to accelerate. Conferences like we're attending here today are enlightening not only hardcore race fans, but general mass market consumers that there actually is a form of motorsport out there that is truly part of the solution. That there's manufacturers competing in auto racing, not with the intent of simply marketing a brand or being linked to a high-level entertainment activity, but they're actually developing technology that has a practical application back to what ultimately will be a consumer product that we can all benefit from.